Today is Saturday, March 28th. It's about 60 degrees. It's been raining all day. I came out to pick a little bit of lettuce. What I got is a mountain of lettuce and a whole bunch of kale. That's black-seeded Simpson lettuce. That is scarlet kale. And this is dwarf Siberian kale, but the leaves are getting so big I wonder why they call them dwarf. We're going to take that in and have some lunch. And here comes the star. I don't think she's worried about the coronavirus. It's now Sunday. The clouds have finally broken up. Sun's out. I got my stand-up greenhouse set up with shelves, and I moved this nasturtiums that I started indoors out into pots, and also there's one spaghetti squash. We found someone in our neighborhood who had some maple trees cut down and shredded in their backyard, and they're giving away the shredded wood. It's all we could want. Unfortunately, it's at the bottom of a very steep hill and has to be backpacked out, so there's a limit to how much I can move in a day, but the price is right. In my winter garden, it was peaceful. You could work slowly at your own pace and do as little or as much as you want. Now it's springtime, the weeds are growing, the insects are coming out. It's time to get busy. There's a certain hustle and bustle that comes along with springtime in the garden. I'm going to pull out all of the weeds in this square. And then rake it through once with the hand cultivator. I'm going to dump in a load of compost and then mix it into the garden, one-handed. Look at the size of this worm. I've raked in the compost, and this bed is ready for planting. This is 4 by 4. I'm going to plant Little Marvel peas from American Seed Company. These are packed for 2020, so they should all germinate, or close to all of them should germinate. And normally I wouldn't plant a whole pack, but in keeping with the spirit of the times, I'm going to plant the whole pack. There's almost 50 seeds in the pack, a little bit less than 50. I made holes about 1 inch to 1.5 inches deep. I'll drop 1 pea in each hole. And now I'll firm the soil over the top of the peas, and that's it. The square is planted. The soil is wet, but I'm going to go ahead and water a little bit anyway, just to help the dirt settle in around the pea seeds. Not a whole lot. And I think that's it for working outside today. You can see the shadows are getting long, sun's starting to go down. It's nice and warm, probably close to 70 degrees. So I'm going to pack things up and head inside. If you watched my video from a week ago, you saw me starting radish seeds, and if you followed along, you should have a tray of radishes that looks like this. You can see that they're about 1 inch to 2 inches tall. They're starting to get their true leaves. If you look here, you can see the true leaves coming out on this one and this one. And if you didn't start any radish seeds, that's okay. You're only a week behind. We're going to start another tray today. I already have my tubes cut and my Chinese food tray ready. Let me fill that with soil. Use a chopstick to poke a hole about 1/2 inch deep in each of the tubes. Then you want to drop 1 or 2 seeds in each of the tubes. In this case, I'm using some old seeds, so I'll put 2 in. And these are newer seeds, so I'll just put 1 in each hole. Then tamp the dirt down over the seeds. Water in the seeds. And in a week, that tray will look like this tray. If you wanted to, you could pull these radishes out right now and eat them. This is microgreens, and they taste just like very mild radish. They're great on salads, but I want to grow these out for the root. So I'm just going to keep them growing. If you notice, I have a couple of plants in here. There's 2 in each, so I had a couple of those where I put 2 seeds in where they both germinated, but in most cases that didn't happen. If you look here, you can see this one also has 2 in it. So when that gets a little bigger, I'll go ahead and cut one of them off and eat it, but until then I'm just going to let them keep growing. This is the French breakfast radish. And this is the early scarlet globe. They will taste really good in a salad. But what if you want to add something else? Get yourself a 24-ounce sour cream container. Fill it with dirt. You may want to poke a couple of holes in the bottom of the container before you fill it with dirt. I didn't, so I'll have to be careful when I'm watering to make sure water doesn't sit in the bottom of the container. Then you want to get yourself a pack of arugula seeds. I got these at Home Depot. Arugula seeds are a lot smaller than radish, so be careful you don't lose them. I have 7 here. I'm just going to sprinkle them around the top of the container. Arugula seeds only get planted 1/4 of an inch deep, so I'm not going to poke holes. I'm just going to sprinkle these on the surface and then cover them with a little bit of dry soil mix. And I'll sprinkle some dry soil over the top. Had to get some more soil. So that's probably about 1/4 of an inch. That should be good. I'll add just a little bit of water. And that's it. Put your radish seeds your seedlings and your arugula seeds in a sunny window or under some bright lights, and these should germinate in, I think it takes about a week. So now you've started arugula and you've started radishes. You've got some radish seedlings that have come up, and you'll soon have a whole garden full of vegetables to eat. So enjoy your garden, and in these stressful times, it's really good to see some plants growing in your garden. Stay well.